This is my giant brown fig, also known as Goliath. Um, I've had I've had this tree for I think for 3 years now. It has not produced nothing, no fruit on it. This was the first growth. It stopped here, and then the whole of last year, this is the growth of last year. From here to here, this is just the whole growth of last year. In spite of the fertilizer, slow release fertilizer, soluble fertilizer, this is it. And this year I was expecting it to grow. Even I was expecting Breba, because it's supposed to have two crops, Breba and main crop, but it didn't produce Breba. I would say maybe because of the late frost that we had. If you look at it, killed this part of this branch. You can see it too. That was the result of the late frost we had. The late frost killed the top part of the tree. So maybe that was why I didn't produce Breba. But look at the growth so far, which is not encouraging at all. It's not. So it looks like there may not be fruit this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the whole top of this tree so that there will be new growth, and then prepare it for Breba next year. There's a small branch there, so by the time I cut the top part of the tree, that will help this small branch here to grow. Now if you look at here, there was a branch here that I cut off late last year. It was in fall. I was trying to train the tree just to be one stem tree. So I cut off the branch here and I rooted it late fall. And look at it here, right here. This is it. Look at the growth of this one. Look at the growth. They are rooted in fall last year. Look at the growth. Even look at it as fig bump. You see that? It has fig bumps. Look at that. Fig bump. A fig bump right there. This I rooted late last year, and you can see that the last freeze affected that part of the cutting. So these are new growth. Look at the growth for 1 year. Not even 1 year. Just this, we're at the end of spring now. Look at the growth. And ready to pop out figs. You can see it's ready to pop out fig right there. So this is ready to produce fruit, and this is not ready to produce fruit. So now I'm going to cut it so that it will start bringing out new leaves, new branches, so that next year spring that will be Brewer. So I'm going to cut it from an angle. Okay, now there is a node here. There is a node here. So I'm going to cut it above this node and cut it from an angle all right. So now this is it. So I'm going to wait and see the new growth, and look at that. So I'm going to propagate new fig trees from those branches. So I'm going to turn those branches into cuttings, just as I did with this when I cut off the branch here. And look at, not even 1 year old, and look at, ready to pop out fruit. So I will update you guys with the growth of this giant brown. June 22nd, I pruned my giant brown tree. And the reason why I pruned it was because I've owned this tree for years now, and it's not producing fruit. In fact, I got cutting out of it, and the cutting rooted and is doing well. But the mother tree have not produced fruit. So because of that, a month ago, June 22nd, I pruned it. Today is July 24th. In fact, I wanted to make a video on July 22nd, but that was my birthday, so I was not able to record this video. But today is July 24th, 1 month and 2 days. Look at. This is summer pruning. Summer pruning I did here. Now there is hope of having fig. It might be late, it might produce late, but at least there is hope. Now I pruned it not because I want fruit this year. I prune it for next year, especially for Brewer, supposed to produce 2 crops. So I prune it so as to prepare it for next year Brewer. That was why I pruned it. So if it produces figs this year and it ripes, that's wonderful. But if it does not ripe, that's still wonderful because it has never produced fruit. So even if it produces fruit and it does not ripe this year, there is hope that I will have Brewer and I will have main crop next year. So this is my summer pruning of my fig tree. Some people might say, oh, why are you pruning in summer? Well, you can see the result yourself. Summer pruning of my fig tree for better result. Summer pruning of my fig tree for better result. Look at it. Look at new growth. In fact, I've even cut off some of the new growth. I cut off one here I don't want too many branches. And here there are two of them, one on this side and the other one on this side, and I removed this one. So I thinned it a little bit. I don't want too many branches. So like these young ones, you can see this one is producing two branches right there. Here is the second one. So I don't want two branches coming out from the same spot. So I'm watching to see which direction these two branches will go. If it's going to affect the ones at the bottom, then I will let go one. See this one here, I'm leaving it because this one is going this direction. If you look at the tree, there is no new growth or branch going that direction. So I like to have branches either 3 directions or 4 different directions: north, south, east, west. So that is how I'm training the new growths. See, look at this one here, and look at the next one up here. It's a little bit, if you want to go straight, it's not the same. But if along the line, if this and this will now be problem to each other, I have to let one go. But so far, I'm happy. Look at this new growth. 1 month old, or less than 1 month, because it didn't start growing immediately. No, this was the little branch that was there that was not growing at all. Yes, now remember. This was this little branch. But look at it. But look at this new growth, less than 1 month. So I'm happy, and I will keep you posted with the progress. You can see here is a new growth too. So I don't know if I'm going to, no, I'm not going to keep it because there is one growth here. Or I might keep this and take this out later on, because this and this one might affect each other. But this one will be very tall. The space between this one and this one is far apart. So I'll wait and see the progress. Well, I want to give you guys update on this giant brown that I pruned. Is doing well. Look at that small branch that was there before. It's now a shining star now. But look at these two plants. Can you believe it? These were cuttings from this tree. When I prune it here, I turn the top part that I pruned off, I turned them into cuttings. Here are 2 of them already. So now I do not only have the mother tree, now I have 2 plants from it because I pruned it. Now the mother tree is doing well, and the babies are doing well too. In fact, root maggot wanted to destroy this one. You can see the inside. I had to kill the root maggot before they kill this plant. So this is a root maggot survivor. So now I have 2 new plants plus the mother tree, making 3. You know, but look at this. Look at how this plant is doing well, preparing it for spring. Look at this. That was not growing at all. It was just somewhere around. That's it right there. That was the old growth. Then look at the new growth. After I pruned the top of the tree, now it is a shining star. Look at it, and look at new growths everywhere. So come spring next year, I'm expecting to see Breba and the main crop in summer. So this is how you can take care of your fig trees that are not producing. You kept feeding them with soluble fertilizer, slow release fertilizer, and yet they are not responding. Don't be scared to prune them in summer. Prune your fig trees in summer. Prepare them for the next year. Even if your tree is in the ground, you can cut it to a lower part, so let new growth spring from the lower part of that fig tree in the ground. You don't have to keep babying them for years. I've tried. I bought this in 2019 and this is 2022, and other fig trees I bought at the same time did well, and they're still doing well, but this refused to. And I bought it because of the size of the fruit. That's why it's called Goliath. It's supposed to produce giant size fruit. So I decided to prune it, and look at the result. It's bringing new branches, preparing it for next year. And then now I have 2 new plants from this. Now let me show you another tree of mine. Look at it. I bought it in 2019 too, and this is 2022, and this is not responding. Look at the growth on this tree, but look at this new growth here, and it's producing fruit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this old tree, cut it off, and let this young part of this tree grow and become the new tree. So I'm going to cut it from somewhere here. I'll cut it somewhere there, and then bend this and tie it together to the old stump. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I'm cutting. That's it. See, I've cut this old one. I don't know if I'm going to turn it into cuttings, but now look at it. So I will tie it to this stump so that it can stand straight. Thank you for watching this video. Please like this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell, so every time I upload a new video you will be notified. Thank you. God bless you real good. Bye.